The man walked along the street with a bag of cat food. He did this often to feed the hungry cats that lived outside. Some cats would come close to him, while others watched from far away. He knew most of them by now and worried about them when the weather was bad. As he turned a corner, he heard small cries that made him stop. The sounds were coming from somewhere nearby. He followed the noise and found a group of tiny kittens at the edge of the road. They were so small and helpless, making sad little sounds as they huddled together to stay warm. The man felt sorry for them. He looked around, wondering where they came from and why they were alone. The kittens had their eyes barely open and could not take care of themselves. Without help, they would not live through the night. He spotted an empty box near a trash can and grabbed it. After making sure the box was clean, he carefully picked up each kitten and placed it inside. They were so light in his hands, and he could feel their tiny hearts beating fast. As he picked up the last kitten, he noticed movement nearby. From under a bush came an adult cat, moving slowly and watching him closely. The man felt happy to see her. This must be the mother of the kittens. She looked thin and scared, but kept her eyes on the box with her babies. The man knelt down and stayed very still. He spoke in a quiet voice to show he would not hurt her. The mother cat seemed unsure, wanting to be with her kittens but afraid of the man. After a while, she took one step forward, then another. With time and patience, the man got her to come close enough that he could gently pick her up. He placed her in the box with her kittens. Right away, the little ones moved toward her, looking for comfort and milk. The man covered part of the box with some newspaper he found, leaving space for air but making it feel safer for the cats. He knew a place that could help. The animal clinic was still open, and he had just enough time to get there. Holding the box carefully, he walked quickly but smoothly to avoid scaring the cats more. The clinic was quiet when he arrived. The person at the front desk looked up as he came in, noticing the box and hearing the kittens inside. When the man explained what happened, she took him to a room right away. Soon the vet came in. He had a kind face and gentle hands. First, he checked the mother cat, who was nervous but did not try to scratch or bite. She was skinny and needed water, but otherwise okay. Then the vet looked at each kitten, checking their little bodies, eyes, and mouths. When he finished, the vet smiled at the man. He said the kittens were very young but healthy enough. The man took the box of cats and the supplies home. His place was not big, but it was clean and had enough room for his new guests. He cleared a space in his bedroom closet, because cats like small, safe places when they have babies. He put soft towels in a plastic bin and placed it in the closet, leaving the door open a bit. Very carefully, he moved the mother cat to this new bed, then put each kitten beside her. She seemed to know this was a good place and started cleaning her babies right away. After cleaning them, the kittens found their way to nurse while the mother cat lay on her side. The man put a bowl of the special food nearby, along with fresh water. He made sure they were close enough for the mother to reach, but not so close that they might spill on the kittens. The mother cat watched him nervously at first, but the smell of good food was too much to resist. While her kittens slept, she left them briefly to eat, then went back to take care of them. That night, the man checked on the cats often, using only the light from his phone so he wouldn't disturb them. Each time, he found the mother cat awake and caring for her kittens, sometimes cleaning them, sometimes just lying around them to keep them warm. By morning, she seemed less afraid, watching with curiosity instead of fear when he brought fresh food and water. In the days that followed, the man and the cats fell into a routine. He would check on them in the morning before work, come home at lunch to see them again, and spend evenings sitting nearby, slowly earning the mother cat's trust. The kittens grew stronger every day, getting fatter from their mother's good milk. After a week, the mother cat let the man pet her while she nursed her kittens. After 2 weeks, she would make happy sounds when he came into the room. The kittens were growing fast too. Their eyes were fully open now, and they were starting to move around more, playing with each other and with their patient mother. They made plans for the mother cat to be fixed once the kittens didn't need her milk anymore. The rescue group started looking for good homes for the kittens, using the cute pictures the man had taken to find people who would love them. The man hadn't planned to keep any of the cats at first, but as time passed, he grew very fond of the mother cat. She was a good mother, but also a sweet pet, greeting him with soft sounds when he came home and often sitting with him in the evening while her kittens slept. By the time the kittens were 8 weeks old and ready for new homes, the man had made up his mind. The kittens would go to the good homes the rescue had found, but the mother cat would stay with him. The rescue people were happy when he filled out the papers to keep her, knowing she would have a good home with someone who cared for her. The day the kittens left was both happy and sad. The man felt a little sad as each kitten was put into a carrier to meet its new family, but he was glad they were going to good homes, and he was happy that their mother would stay with him. The rescue promised to send pictures and news about how the kittens were doing in their new homes. That evening, with just the two of them in the house, the man sat on his couch reading. The mother cat jumped up next to him and settled in his lap, making soft, happy sounds. As he stroked her fur, he thought about how finding those kittens had changed his life for the better. Outside, the busy city went on as usual. There were other stray cats out there who needed help. He would go back to feeding them tomorrow. But tonight, with the warm cat in his lap, he was just glad he had been there at the right time to help this little family. The next morning, the man woke up to find the mother cat curled up next to him on the bed. She opened her eyes and stretched, then purred as he petted her. He had given her a name now, Hope, because finding her and her kittens had given him a new sense of purpose. After breakfast, he filled his bag with cat food and set out on his usual route to feed the strays. But things felt different now. He looked more carefully in bushes and under cars, wondering if there were other cat families in need. He also carried some flyers from the rescue group to give to people he met, explaining the importance of helping stray cats and getting them fixed to prevent more homeless kittens. When he got home that evening, Hope was waiting by the door. She followed him around the apartment as he changed his clothes and made dinner, talking to him in her cat way. The empty nest in the closet had been put away, replaced by a proper cat bed in the living room, though Hope seemed to prefer the couch or the man's lap to her own bed. The man joined the local rescue group as a volunteer. On weekends, he helped with their adoption events, telling the story of how he found Hope and her kittens to anyone who would listen. His story often convinced people to adopt a cat of their own or donate money to help more strays. Sometimes, when he was feeding the outdoor cats, he would see other people doing the same thing. They would nod to each other, these cat people, sharing a silent understanding. Not everyone could bring cats home like he did, but many cared in their own way. 1 year after finding Hope, the man stood in the same spot where he had discovered the kittens. The area looked different now. The bush was trimmed, the trash can was gone. But he could still picture exactly how they had looked, tiny and scared, on that evening. He felt grateful that he had been the one to find them, to set in motion the chain of events that had saved their lives and enriched his own. At home, Hope greeted him with happy sounds and rubbed against his legs. He picked her up and held her close, feeling her purr against his chest. What had begun as a simple act of kindness had grown into something much more. A lifelong friendship, a home shared, and a deeper connection to the community of people who cared for animals in need. For both the man and Hope, life was better because they had found each other.